Hi everyone. Oh my gosh. Even if nobody is out there, I'm doing this as um I'm going live, right? So I today it happens to be my fifth, yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40, 52nd birthday. And so hooray, right? And everybody likes birthdays. So anyway, I have an idea. I've been urged. I've got a great coach who encouraged me to have a spa day today. And I don't think I can do a spa day all day. However, I thought I would share with you all, and maybe somebody's out there, maybe they're not, but while I'm getting ready for my spa day. So here I have, or not day, but just my feet. So I'm going to, this is beautiful. This is lavender. Um, oh, it smells so beautiful. I have a friend who has a lavender farm, and it is just super exciting. She's a lovely lady, and it's part of her ministry actually. And so and she's having fun with it, and I just love her. And she and I made a video and a YouTube video. So anyway, I woke up early this morning, and I got up and I got out of the house by 5:15. So in the region in where I live in the Toledo region, and we have an amazing community of people. And I'm going to put this up. It's called FIA. We have F3 and FIA. They're respectively the female version of its workout group. It's always outside, it's always free, and it's been a godsend for me. It's really, my nickname is Titanium. And I did go work out this morning, and Betty, her nickname is Mohican, had just a most amazing workout. I should have worked out harder, but anyway, I feel good about the fact that I moved for 45 minutes or 40 minutes circuit wise, and then came home. I've been kind of um I've been kind of, well, obviously doing some things around the house. Here's my laundry. I'm not going to take it in the basement right now, but I'm going to get ready to take it in the basement. But I am going to close my basement door. And I don't know, the idea of just taking it easy all day long and treating myself. The big thing is getting out of my head and making sure that my thoughts are positive. So, positive mindset, wellness is really what I concentrate on, what I have to concentrate on. And you guys, I'm just going to confess to you all that I need to redirect myself a lot because I've had some major things happen. Have you? Have you had some major things happen that just sometimes weigh on your mind? Um, I worry about my kids all the time, and we all went through a very very tragic situation with my husband, and so and I'm not going to sugarcoat this either. We had marriage problems the whole time, and after he died, and he died tragically by suicide, and I'm sharing this hopefully to benefit somebody. And I don't know if this is recording. Maybe it's just live. Maybe I'm just actually sharing it for myself. Anyway, it's been a long time in some of your eyes, I'm sure, but it's been 5 years, and I'm still recovering from it. It has been a really long recovery, and I am not going to gloss over the just the blessings. God has been so good to me, and I don't know that I deserve it, but um I struggle. And so after he died, like, just, I'm taking towels and I'm putting them in the microwave. I have 4 towels, well, actually 2 washcloths and 2 towels, and putting in the microwave. Put them in here for 3 minutes. Okay. And so in 2018 that occurred, and I was so bewildered, and I just, all I wanted to do was take care of my kids. I was like, I mean, like, I wanted to educate myself. So very quickly on a wellness, I want to keep everything focused on the wellness side. So very quickly, I immediately started doing research about grief. Found out if there was any programs. I started calling around the schools. I started calling around. It's called NAMA. It's a mental health support group, or it's actually an organization. And good grief is what they push into the schools with, and it's just super cool that this community responded in a way towards my kids that I felt. It was hard to feel the blessings, but I did. I recognize the blessings. I totally am grateful. And the people at my church are just, they make my heart cry. It's a joyful thing, but it's just an awe. I've developed friendships that are real in the wake of just some major tragedy. My husband was a coach and baseball coach in Little League, and he blessed. And it was just, we were blessed to have a lot of families that we were able to touch on the baseball field. And so, yeah, so today's my birthday, and every single holiday has been super rough. I'm trying not to cry since he passed. And so I keep digging down and just trying to move on, but feel the feelings as I go. I know my kids are feeling feelings too, and I wish my relationships were stronger with them. I don't hear from them, and it really hurts my heart. So anyways, okay, so I need salt. So it's got 30 seconds on there. I'm gonna let this quiet place. This is I'm gonna let that play for you. I got a fire going in the background. So again, just doing some things to kind of create ambience, right? So I'll tell you about that in a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some salt. That's gonna probably go off as far as the timer. And okay, so a couple things. First of all, I don't know. I grabbed this because self-care. I always like it when my breath is fresh. So I have some pure Epsom salt, and then I have it goes. Multi-use oil. It says rosebud oil, and it's probably, well, I know there's rosebuds in there, and I'm not really sure what type of oil, but it's a little slippery. So I'm going to use that. Okay. Now, one thing that I don't always do is take good care of my feet. It's very expensive to get a pedicure. Certainly is a treat, but I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of pure Epsom salt. And then, of course, you saw me put the towels in there. Now, like this cup of water, I'm just putting enough, and then I'm going to put some of this. My friend, actually, Patty. This lavender I'm using. Oh, smells so good. My friend actually gave that to me, and there's like antiseptic value in it, and so I've used it to clean my stainless steel. Although if I look at it right now, oh, guess what, guys? This got cold. It needs a little more heat. So yeah. I mean, so I actually have this thing that I call it anchoring and grounding. I ground myself into, and I'm really tempted right now to start cleaning and wiping off around my kitchen. No, this is, I have to stay focused on. No, this is for actually some self-care. So we're going to go in the other room, and I'm going to take you with me. And thanks for your patience. All right. I do not have my Christmas tree up yet. I'm planning on it. I really am. It's been, I get kind of overwhelmed about the decorating since I'm home and by myself rather. I'm really having to tell myself it is, it's okay no matter what I decide. If I decide to do a little bit or a lot, and I created an LLC in 2023. It's called Thor's Wellness Group. My last name is Thor. I've been also one of my hustles is substitute teaching, and we're gonna change DVDs. I do not have this attached. So, all right, I'm not very good at my own production, but I'm working on it, right? I'm working on it. So, here's this. We're gonna should come back for you. But I bought myself a birthday present, and it's Clinique Happy. And I put it on my face yesterday when we sang. I sang. We had a beautiful Christmas choir at Westgate Chapel, which is where I go to church. And so I'm super thankful to like a number of communities. So as I said, from a wellness standpoint, I immediately started to do like a deep dive in how to help my kids, but then, not surprisingly at all, realized, oh my gosh, I have to take care of myself. So here's what that is.
Eurocentrism in all history really says.
Here's what that has looked like. Yoga with Adriene is a channel that I like, or a yoga instructor. I already mentioned Fia. So I engaged in communities, people, you guys, you gals, and so made sure that I didn't isolate. And then when COVID hit, that was a brutal thing for me because I'm pretty I actually am borderline introvert extrovert, but I am extroverted, and sheltering when I already was fighting and battling isolation was hard. So some people actually got a lot of me via text messaging and such. Some of you are very patient people. I have to be honest. Some friendships have really. Okay, can you see one of my problems? I just need to take a deep breath stop fussing and sitting down. Yesterday, at the choir, my friend Jen was like, "You stop being Jamie." That's what she told me, which makes me like go, okay, but she's so cute. But I was fussing and fidgeting, and I just couldn't settle down. So let me see if I can figure out what I'm doing right now is, come on, trying to get this receiver, yeah, to play what you saw, right? So I'm gonna turn the TV just a little bit so you can see it, or maybe more. Maybe it would be better if it is more. Okay, so I don't want to play off. Okay, so I don't want to. I want to keep things as simple as possible. Scratch the Wyatt Place visual. You're just gonna have to listen to the music, people, because I need to sit down. So, sitting down. I can't believe I'm doing this live stream. It's kind of a new thing. This whole new YouTube channel. Thank you, by the way. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. So, all right. So it is. I have about maybe an inch of water in here. And for those of you that ever had a pedicure, like what do? They give you hot towels and they wrap your feet up. Oops, I forgot to do this. So a little bit of oil, I'll put on my feet. In the wintertime, just like yours, probably my skin gets really dry. So just putting a nice, any kind of oil on your skin, not too much, but there's going to be some value. And there's not just the moisturizing value, it's the aesthetic, like smell, smoke. It smells beautiful, you guys. It's the rosebuds that are in here, just they've kept their fragrance. So Patty, if you're out there, that's kind of good to know. I mean, Patty, my friend, makes essential oils, or she makes. She distills lavender oil, and it's just a remarkable and amazing thing. So it doesn't really matter how you do it, but I'm just wrapping my feet up. Oh, putting it in there. And I have too many towels, just so you know, but I'm actually going to use them. This is super hot, you guys. Okay, so I got oil on my feet, and then I've got these 2 washcloths. Extra is what I would say. However, not a bad thing just to do hot compress anywhere. One of the big treatments or biggest like luxury, I guess. I think people indulge in is a spa, but self spas or home spas, that's, sometimes it just takes a little planning. So I'm having like a live stream spa moment for my birthday. I think if I am not mistaken, I do think with YouTube it's recording. So funny, I have all these remotes. I really just picked one. Now you're gonna actually I didn't plan great, obviously, but I get restless, and so sitting here and breathing, I'm tempted to try to get something to read and to keep my mind occupied, but there is extreme value in just relaxing. On the television, it says "in the quiet place." So I'm gonna take a deep breath. I thought I selected. I got this CD when a friend of mine, her name is Claire. Hi Claire, you're out there. She invited me last second to be on a really cool thing. Like we had it was a game show. Not quite. It was similar. I'm trying to remember Jamie Schmidt. I can't remember what the name of your game show was, but anyway, that day WPOS, no, WLMV. He did a series of game shows, and he's a producer over there. Amazing. And this is a very special CD for me. I actually do. It's not one of those things that just sit. I actually play it, and there's like right now it says The Rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways are justice, a faithful God without iniquity, just and right is He. Deuteronomy 32. So this water's still hot. Feels good. When I struggle with sleep, and especially struggle with sleep. More so, I struggle. Anxiety and sleeplessness. Well, that's one thing I have to concentrate on for. Have had to for a long time, but my son Logan, he's little itty bitty, like 2, 3, 4 years old. He'd come in my room and go, "Mommy, can we?" I can't sleep, and so I go downstairs with him, and I turn on WLMB and the producers, and I think it's Jamie Schmidt, had this and similar kinds of things, but it's so the CD has some scripture like, "And the rain came down, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house. It did not fall, for it was founded on the rock." That's Matthew 7:25. So scripture is so amazing because from back to front to end, it's quite a magnificent story. It's so incredible. But what's so amazing is that so many scriptures can just stand alone as truth. No one can lay any other foundation than what has been laid, which is Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 3:11. So so beautiful. And I have friends in that have challenged me on the whole like dogma thing. But yeah, for me, it becomes an anchor and just a way for me to not think about. I'll be honest with you. I struggle. I think about like what possibly could have been going through my late husband's mind. How much it must what the kids think, and these are things I just have no power or control over. And so I've really learned a lot in, I mentioned the communities that I've gone to. So some support groups. Don't put this in there. I suppose you could. It actually would make it smell nice and pepperminty, but I'm actually going to do this. Maybe I will just. So I read, I draw, try to draw, I paint, I sometimes do craft stuff, but I try to keep my house tidy and neat. Uh, and so I apologize if I pause in the middle of that story. So my little guy Logan would say, "Mom, can we?" I can't sleep, and so I'd say, "Okay, come on." We'd go downstairs, and I turn on WLMB, and it would just be mountains and gorgeous landscapes, mostly, no people, just nature, gorgeous, and then scripture. It started to become a little habit, and I almost wish I would have kept it up, but I was working full time, and I was like, "Buddy, we can't do this every night." But he would say, so he'd come back to my room the next couple of nights, and so then I realized it was becoming a habit, and I was like, "Buddy," say, "Mommy, can we go watch the flowers?" And it was so sweet and so special, and he's such a sweet-hearted kid. I love that, and so I hope he keeps that tender. He's very strong, smart, and I just hope he keeps that tender heart. And I think he's going to make a great husband, a great dad. I think about my daughter, she loves soccer so much. She has so much enthusiasm. She's just got this great, beautiful, just spirit, and so much that is just. I think that's just God within her, and so glad that grateful for people like Shelley Bartlett, who she's actually now in downtown and called. She's at a church called That Neighborhood Church. She just serves God, and she serves. It's actually in a zip code where some of the poorest people in our region are there, and so she made a big difference in my daughter's life, and so it was so good to go to Larkspur. We were going to a different church, and we decided to try Westgate. We never left. I have community friends. Some of them actually are all around the world. But I have community friends that I do and have just grown to love and appreciate. And I sometimes am just in awe that people actually like me. But they're so kind. And I can remember my grandmother, Martha Elizabeth, my sister-in-law Elizabeth, and I created a card line called Martha Elizabeth Cards. My grandmother died because I take death hard. Grief is not easy. And so Martha Elizabeth cards. And so my grandmother actually, I remember her saying after my grandfather died that she got so much strength from her church family. And so she was very involved in her church. Presbyterian, and then some of her signature characteristics were she loved percolated coffee. So fragrant, right? And liked it very, very strong. She never drank. And then she would every Thanksgiving she would have a big Thanksgiving party, just feast. At my grandfather actually built John Duncan. He actually built a huge dining room that supported they one thing they did that was so sweet and charming, they square dance. They would square dance together. And I, as a junior high kiddo, went to stay with them and got all dressed up and watched them and went square dancing with them. That was fun. And I'm actually hoping to find somebody. I need to, I guess, start maybe doing dancing or something like that. I did try tango, and it was amazing to dance. I felt like I got in a zone, like almost like I was floating a couple points during the night. And I tried that once, and then I spent, it's so nice because I need to. Yeah. Ah, Just trying to feel the warmth on my feet and let the oil soak in. I should have paid more attention to my heels. But the good news is there's enough water in this little bucket that I'm soaking in it. Soaking the salt, oil, warm. So yeah, trying to think back to birthdays when I was a little girl. I do remember one when I was in the 3rd grade, and I got strep throat and an earache on my birthday, and I had to go home before my afternoon birthday party. The school, by the way, school nurses are like angels. The school nurse that I've ever met is so sweet. And anyway, this school nurse always took good care of me. Lived on a farm in the countryside, kind of outskirts edge of Farmington. Now it's completely developed. It's a suburb. But back then we had 10 acres to run around on. And this was so sweet. Gave me the biggest hug and was like, it's a mom took me home that day. That's sad. But let me think. Birthday. So I can remember on the farm, my mom always would maybe made my own birthday cakes a couple times, but if I did, it was because I wanted to, because I like to bake cakes. So I made cookies. What my job was to, my chores was to do ironing for the week for 9 people. Usually 1 to 3 shirts per person. My dad's shirts were the most, because obviously every 5 you had to wear collared shirts and a tie. Do you know I saw a couple of gentlemen 2 Saturdays ago in downtown Pennsylvania that they were dressed up. They were it was actually really nice. They were both of them looked very handsome. I was like, oh. So that was nice. So just gonna massage my foot. Now my friends, I have 2 friends that are gonna meet me at a local cafe, I guess. Gonna get sandwiches for lunch, and then I have another set of friends that's gonna take me to a really nice restaurant. I haven't been there in a while. Nancy's Italian, so I wonder what I want. It'll be good. That's super sweet. That's Vicky and Lee. Those are friends from church. They pseudo adopted me and Logan. And they keep praying for my family, for Kale and Sage. Oh, and I was talking about Sage, like what a great spirit she has, and yeah, she's in Chicago. And then Kale, he's got such a great spirit too, strong spirit. Very social. Gosh, when he was a kid, we couldn't, keep him at home. He all the neighbors would go around, introduce himself. He was a little entrepreneur, would have. I mean, I thought it was so cute because he would, and we'd encourage it because he would make money by selling water bottles. And what a sweet, sweet, sweet thing. I mean, people would just stop and give him money, like, give him, he'd have like 50 cents on there or whatever, and they give him $1. Or one time he got $5, and popsicles. He would do freezy pops, and when he got older, he had a little. Oh gosh, did I love this? He had a little Kale's Community Kids is what it was called. Told me he got bullied about it, but it was really amazing because we went around and raked leaves for people that just needed it, right? That we knew were older, elderly, didn't expect any, anything, payment or anything. And then from there, him and my husband actually created a lawn service they were up. I mean, boy, they got that baby up and running, and they had 19 lawns, and then one of the Michelangelo kiddos, Zach, bought the book of business and for like, I don't know, $75, $100. So that was super cool because he sold his book of business. So smart, Kale. Was great when he started high school. I was able to flew him over to Heathrow, London, right to and him and I kind of trekked around. I was there for my executive MBA degree. I toured 6 multinational corporation companies, not all of, I think they were all corporations, but some of them were private, some of them weren't. And so some of them are listed on the stock exchange. And so anyway, that was quite a trip. We went to Buckingham Palace, and it was a blessing because I was able to go twice. And then I have amazing. Well, we went to the next place we went to was so obviously I'm taking my feet out. My feet feel pretty good, soft. We went to Shannon, County Clare, Shannon, because that's where my dad's family's from, Carmody. We were looking to see if we could find anybody with our last name. We didn't. We were talked about going to one of the graveyards or and looking, but instead we just met up with this guy who had just a good grasp of the history in Ireland, and I had a Guinness with him, and Kale and I listened to him talk about was essentially the Underground Railroad, the history of Ireland, and the conflict and the oppression that was going on between at that time the Catholic and the Protestant governments and stuff. So that was interesting for me. And then when we got to Scotland, my gosh, my cousin is my grandfather's cousin Sheila is in Scotland. Hi, Sheila. And her husband Tom hosted Kale and I, and we were just spoiled, so spoiled when we were there because we got to they're members to the Scottish Historic Society or something, and we toured castles and just had tremendous countryside drives and experiences, and we went to a park. I can remember taking photographs of the swans in the park, and Tom was like, "What? You don't have swans in America? Of course you do." But that's just what I thought was beautiful. So I was taking a picture of it. So many photographs, so much. Good trip. So we were in Ireland, blew a tire out. I had first of all, we were on this road, this back road that felt like a back road. There were no street lights at all. And I was obviously driving on the other side of the road. I'm driving on the other side of the car. And I had never, at that point, we had roundabouts all over the place here. But at that point, it was in 2010. There were not roundabouts in America, where I'm from. And I did not know what to do. I was like, "What is this?" And so my cousin, he laughed so hard when I told him. I was having trouble finding the Airbnb. The Quinn family hosted us. It was a beautiful home, this little farm. And then we went to the Cliffs of Moher, and I've never, ever, ever experienced gale winds like that. It was so windy that bagpipes might be the loudest. It can be so loud, right? As far as when someone's blowing into a bagpipe and playing the bagpipe. The wind was so badly, it blew the sound away. It was crazy. I have this picture of me standing in those. And my son was just so cute. I remember him when I said, "Where do you want to go eat?" "I want to go for Chinese." So we go to London and he wants to go to Chinese. Okay. And he took off his sunglasses off my face and put them on. I just got these great pictures. So he's a good kid and in his 20s. And, I can't believe all my kids are in their 20s. And he has a beautiful, it's called King Charles miniature dog it is. His name is Bruce, and he is so cute. Anyway, so there you have it. That's what you do. Nurture yourself. Give yourself a little bit of TLC and maybe stream of consciousness or live stream on YouTube. You want to check me out? Go to thorwellnessgroup.com. I have about 25 years plus of HR experience and finance, financial services, and just a lot of consulting with small businesses, entrepreneurs, but obviously counseling with coaching C-level directors, supervisors, guiding them in corporate citizenship, employee conduct issues, things like that. And then on the other side, I also offer coaching. So, because let's face it, figuring out how to take care of yourself when your plate is full, you gotta pause, guys, gals. So go at a sustainable speed, a pace, and God bless you good. And saying a prayer for you. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now, and thanks for joining me on my birthday today. And happy birthday to you when it's your birthday, okay? Bye.